I guess this is a hard question. What are most modern men doing wrong?
People don't go on actual dates anymore.
Yeah.
They don't actually like go and like sit down, have dinner and like have a
And
conversation.
try.
Yeah, like they don't like actually try and like get to know one another.
It's like
And I think
girls.
that's like a huge thing these days. And things are just like escalated and jumped into things that without that step. And I think that's a huge step in a relationship. Like,
Yeah, like a psychologist brings this up. He's like, you guys are having sex before you even flirt about sex.
yeah,
Like if you really think about it.
100%.
Like
Like that's like the
before you
first
can
step
even
before even a
like
date.
talk.
Like people like have sex and they're like, oh, let's have a date.
Yeah. They're having sex and then they're having the date. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
Like you're never like asked out to dinner and then take it from there. I feel like that you meet
But doesn't this revert back to the nice guy thing? It's like actually, yeah, I'm going to stand up for the nice guys here. Well, I guess I won't use me as a personal example, but let's say a guy, he's not a nice guy.
yes.
He's normal. He he's fine. He can do whatever he needs to do with, a woman. He's not like nervous or anything like that. And he's not reaching either.
Yeah.
This isn't like a girl that he's like googly eyes over and she's going to say no. Honestly, he could do this to the same exact girl and he'd have different results. Route number 1, he texts her and he asks her out on a date. She's going to get all these commitment things in her head like, "Oh, I got to commit to this date. I got to get ready. I got to find a time." She's going to think it's boring, so she's going to say no. Right? Now, you might have some obligations against that. For you personally, because maybe you'd say yes. Because you're just
I
like,
probably would
you're just like, oh,
give
it's a
it
date.
chance.
Like, why does it matter? Route number 2, he meets her somewhere, let's say a party or friends of friends. They're flirting. Then they have sex. And then they're talking. She likes him because they had sex. He doesn't like her anymore. She's into him because the oxytocin's flowing now. And she's like trying to chase him because she's trying to get him to commit because she already gave him sex.
Yeah.
Then the date actually occurs because he's willing. Maybe he's willing because he wants sex again. And then,
which is probably true.
Which is probably true. And then they go on their date. But it's like without that structure, in reality, the guy is the one pumping out the oxytocin because she hasn't given him sex yet. So she has no oxytocin bonding chemical coming out.
Yeah.
He's got all of it pumping through him because he's like, hard eyes. I need this princess in front of me. Since she's withholding it, he is so bonded that he becomes nice because he cares.
Yeah.
Because when you like her like that, you're technically being nice. And he becomes more nice and more nice, more nice. Then the date never happens. Because he's like a simp.
And she's like, I don't need this. I don't want this.
She's like,
nice guy.
He's not a chase. He's not hard for me to get. Like, why do I need to even try? Like, so.
That's true.
I mean, that's why I just have to stand up for the nice guys. Because
shout out to the nice guys.
Shout out to the nice guys trying to be normal and ask girls on dates and not just have sex with them the first night. I mean, there is a study showing that people in general are hooking up and then dating.
Yeah, it's normal.
Yeah, I mean, I think what's actually happening is people are getting not bored, but they're too distracted. And sex makes you focused. Or it incentivizes you to go.
Yeah, it's driving you to get to that point.
Yeah,
basically.
so if sex is involved, then you want to go. You both want to go.
Yep.
Both want to hang out.
100%.
And then you keep hanging out because
the end game is sex.
It's going good. It's more likely that you'll get it from them than from other people. And if your interests are the same, then you stay. If your interests are different, then you leave.
Exactly.
It's low commitment.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like that's definitely, for me, like, It's rare that like I'll ever have someone be like, "Oh, do you want to like go have dinner?" Like no one says that anymore, like ever. It's so rare. So rare.
I agree, and although it's tragic, it's like, would you say yes?
I've said yes a couple times and it worked out well. So,
Okay. Okay, well, guys, you're hearing that. I mean, you got to try a little more for the dinner dates. So,
it actually meant a lot that like some guy like took the time like and the guts to be like, "Hey, like you want to grab dinner with me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Like
so maybe they
you
should.
miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
You're
Come
right.
on.
Maybe they should ask and just not really care about the
Exactly.
outcome. But if they're like sending you like a whole paragraph and they're like panicking, that you're gonna say no.
Yeah.
But they should be like, hey, you wanna grab a bite?
Worst case, she says no. Move on.
Yeah, say it more casually. Be like, you wanna grab a bite
Yeah.
tomorrow, sometime soon, not like next week.
So that's a week that you're thinking that she's thinking about it.
She's like, oh man, this whole time like
And then,
dreading this day.
and then like you're probably gonna be texting up until that date.
Oh god.
Like now
Then
you're leading up
both
to it.
yeah.
And you're like, oh, do I even really want to go on this date anymore after
Mhm.
even just like texting the guy? Like, am I
Especially,
actually that into him?
especially with texting, because girls get bored very fast if he's like texting her too much in the beginning.
Yeah. They want a little bit of a mystery.
For sure.